Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining me. Now today I wanted to talk about a video editing software. Now I know there are loads of them around. Some of them are paid for, some of them are free, and usually you have varying features depending on whether they're paid for or not, or what features you want to add to it. Now there's one on here which I haven't seen a great deal of interest in, or a lot of videos about online or in YouTube or things like that. But I actually think it's really good. It's got a lot of good features. It's really simple to use, and if you have a Windows 10 PC or laptop, the chances are you've already got it on your system. So if you go into your start menu, go all the way down to the bottom, go to the V's, and there it is. It's a video editor. Now it might not seem very much just by the name of it, but it does actually have quite some good functionality on it. So when you get to this screen, it's similar to a lot of the Windows screens. And here you can create a new project. You also have existing projects that you've created in here as well, but I haven't got any here at the moment. So I'll just start a new project. And this screen is very similar to some of the other ones that you've come across. It'll ask you to name the video, so I'll just call this test for the purpose of this video. And it's very similar to a lot of other editing software. You've got up here, you've got your project library where you import your things you want to add to the video, the storyboard or timeline at the bottom, and the viewing window up here on the right. So all you need to do is add something from your PC. I'm going to add just something that I've got on here. I'm going to add that in there. This is a previous video that I've made. So this is so you add the different things you want to add in here, and then you can just simply drag it down into the timeline, and there it is. And then from there you can play it, and with any music as well that you've got on here as it goes along. And the good thing is that you can add obviously other things to your project library, and then you just drag them in. Obviously this is all the same thing, but if you had different things, you could drag them all into this timeline, and it would just keep playing one after the other, which is really cool. And you can also do things up here to change what each track does. So for example, in this one I can trim this one down. So if I didn't want this to be as long as it was, I could trim it right the way down. And then I could just say done, and there you go, it's trimmed it down for me compared to the other two. I can also resize it, so I can remove black bars, for example, if I wanted. If you had black bars in it at the top and bottom, I can shrink to fit if I wanted to do that. I can also, if I go up here, I can also change the aspect. So at the moment it's 16:9, but I can change it to 4:3. I can even make it portrait. Now this is a good feature to have if you make Instagram videos, because then you can take your videos and you can change them into portrait, and that will then be acceptable for Instagram to upload to them. So I'll change it back to landscape for now. You can also add filters to it. So if you wanted to change it, for example, to black and white or sepia or something like that, or just add it, make it a bit more colourful, you can do that as well. And that again affects the whole video length as you go through the video. You can also add text to it. So you've got some various animator styles here that you can use. This is actually one of the animator styles that I've used in this video. But say I want to just put in hello, for example, then this will be, this is the classic, but you can change. You can have electric, which comes out like this. You can have chilled, which comes out like this, and adventure. And there aren't a lot of options to choose from, but they are quite fun and funky, and you can drag them to have them for the whole of the video or just the portions of the video. And if I can get this to work, if you then play it, see, it'll come up and say hello, and then at the end of the video it will then disappear and go away. So there you have it. And you can also put it at different parts of the screen. So if I just go back onto it there, this is in the middle. You can have it at the top, you can have it at the bottom, or just centrally in the middle, on the left, wherever you want it to be, which is really cool thing to do. And it's quick and it's easy. There's no mucking around. You can just do it as it is, and it's all there for you. You can also add motion to the video. And this is quite self-explanatory. What this does is when you select one of these, it will then zoom the video in that direction, zoom the camera up into the left, or down to the left, or into the center. And that's quite good if you're doing one of those dynamic shots, particularly with pictures and images, if you want to zoom them in or out as you're going through the video. So that's quite a good feature to add as well. Another thing you can add is 3D effects. It takes a little while to load, depending on the speed of your laptop or your PC, of course. You can add motion effects, so this is atomic motion like sparks. You can add autumn leaves. You can add a breaking news design at the bottom of the screen. All of these different things you can add to your different things you've got in here. I'll take that out because got that there. But you can have all these different effects added to the screen as well. And there are other effects you can also add as well from a 3D library. Now, I have to be honest with you, I did have a few problems getting these to load, so I guess it depends on the speed of your laptop or your PC. But these are basically 3D animations that you can add into the video to add an extra dimension to it if you want to. There are loads of them in here, loads of them, and they're all free to use. They're all generic styles. And so if you have something you want to add into it, then you can do that as well. And at the top there are some other features that you can put in here. You can change the colours, so you can have a different theme. You can make the entire theme. Let's mute that for a second. You can make the entire theme, for example, adventure. So you can add pictures like this does, and it's got the zooming effect that I was telling you about, and then it just adds these text and stars to it as you go along. So you can do that as well if you want to just have the entire video based on one of these particular themes. You've also got music. You can add music on here as well. So you can either add your own music or your own vocabulary or your own, your own talking on here as well. So you can add your own music, or you can add this free music. And there's quite a decent range of music on here that you can add to it as well. And you can sync it to the music's beat. So you can have your video kind of mimicking the beat of the music, which I think is quite a good feature for something like this. And you've also got on here import custom tracks and narrations. So you can, if you want to, add an audio file and narrate the video as it's going along, which is a good option. You can add multiple audio tracks, which not a lot of video editing software can do that. So that's really cool. I love that feature. And of course, once you've finished your project and you're happy with everything you've got here, you can then upload it to you can save it to a OneDrive, which of course is the Microsoft OneDrive. You can also just export it and share it. So it gives you three options: small, medium, and large. Medium is usually pretty good. I use that for YouTube. That's usually a pretty good option. Or large if you want it for the bigger screens. And it will then render it out and save it to your laptop for you to then upload to YouTube or wherever you want to put it. I think this is a really good program. It's got a number of features on it. It's really simple to use as well. It's great for people who are just getting into editing and want to make some simple videos. It's really cool for that, and you can add as many things as you want, as many different effects to one video as you want, which is a really great idea. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment down below to say that you've liked it, or if there's anything else you want me to show you about this particular software. And until next time, thank you very much for joining me. And